Right. Next is on meditations. So you will probably all be at very different stages in your meditation practice, and some of you might not have practice at all. So this is mostly directed at people who have no practice or prior experience with meditation, but it might be helpful for you even if you have prior experience with meditation. So one of the simplest things you can do is just simply sit in a comfortable position and practice awareness of the breath. And when I say awareness of the breath, it's not like, okay, I'm aware I'm breathing, got it. What you want to do is like you want to get to like every single intricate detail of you breathing. You want to feel the sensation around your nostrils. You want to feel the little prickling on like right here. You want to sort of feel the air traveling through your nostrils all the way down your throat. You want to feel the expansion. You want to feel the contraction, and just kind of get really, really into that and see if you can just add as many like nuances. Like imagine your breath being like a glass of wine, like a really rich wine. And each breath is like a sip of this really, really rich wine. And so for each sip you take, you really want to sort of like get all the like smells and aromas and nuances in. I'm not into wine, but they use a lot of energy on this wine drinking. So so do that. And then what's bound to happen, irrespective of whether you've been practicing for your entire life or you've just started practicing, is that thoughts are going to appear. And what matters is not the like rate at which thoughts come and the frequency at which your mind wanders. What matters here is how you get back to your breath. So you want to get back with zero resentment towards yourself. You want to say, oh, okay, brain. Almost imagine you're training a little puppy, and you can be like, come puppy, it's okay. You don't want to be like, you don't want to sort of like be mean to a puppy. You don't want to berate a puppy for like straying. It's a puppy. Your mind is a little bit like a puppy at times. So just be like, come puppy, come. We're gonna come back and focus on the breath. And so what really matters is that like don't get angry at yourself for losing focus. It happens to everyone. It happens to Buddha, it happens to Dalai Lama, it happens to me, it happens to everyone. I did not just sort of like side myself with Buddha and Dalai Lama. Just want to get that clear. And then if you are meditating ahead of a creative process, you're bound to get ideas and sort of get really excited about your writing and stuff you want to sort of jot down. And for that, I want you to, again, sort of very kindly be like, well, thank you, brain. I really appreciate this idea. I think it's great. I think it's excellent. I really value you. I value your input, but just now is not a good time. So can we take this idea and just almost like imagine that you're putting this idea on a little shelf and be like, here, we'll place it here, brain. Is that okay? And then I'll promise as soon as I'm at the desk, I'll come back to it. And then sort of imagine that there's a little fictive like shelf that you're popping your ideas on. Alternatively, what you can do is that you can place a piece of paper next to you and and then write down numbers from sort of like 1 to 10 or how many ideas you get to like doing meditation. This is not sort of like Buddha blueprint meditation here. This is something I do every now and then when lots of ideas are coming in. And then whenever I get an idea, I'll be like, okay, fine, this belongs to number, say 1. It's the first idea I get. And then the second idea I get is like, okay, idea number 2. And then you sort of just associate that number with that idea. And then once you're done meditating, you can then sort of take it on a piece of paper and write it down. And what I often experience afterwards, once I write it down, I'm a bit like, yeah, none of this was worth interrupting a meditation over. So you also sort of feel a bit silly and you're confronted with the silliness of your own brain and you're like, okay, maybe next time I'll just sort of leave it. So that's another great tip. And yeah, I think that's it. Like we'll, step into the whole meditation realm very, very lightly. But first, practice just awareness of the breath. Set a timer. I highly recommend Insight Timer. It's free. It has a wonderful timing feature that gives you like little gongs and you can do like little like intervals and everything. It's perfect. It's totally customizable. Guided meditation, a bit of like a mixed bag, but you can try those out as well. And ask me if you have any questions.